Whew. So far, so good. Hey, that's...
That blue hedgehog again of all places?
I found you, faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Ha! You're not even good enough to be my fake! There's no time to play games. You won't even get the chance. Yeah, well, y'all motherfuckers enjoy that, because I sure didn't know what the hell I was doing.
I mean, I absolutely love the Sonic Adventure series. It's so good. I fucking love it. I think it's called Green Jungle is the level you play right after that when you're playing as Sonic. And my god, that has probably my favorite song in the entire game. Like the background music is probably my favorite in that than in any of... And I know. City Escape is fantastic. Live and Learn is fantastic. You know me, the Fighting Freak Knuckles. Like, they're all great. But I definitely think Green Jungle is my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah, it's Green Jungle and White Forest. Those are the two levels.
So welcome to episode 34 of What's New Play 2 podcast.
Woo!
Yeah. So, I guess let's get started.
Link can't wear the cat suit, so if that's what you were excited about, we're sorry to tell you he can't.
So, Mario Maker is getting a 2.0 update, I believe, actually tomorrow, as far as I remember. So, it is adding a bunch of new, new objects to put in, like Spike.
Spiky. Spiky creates a spike. Spike creates a spiky ball.
I was thinking of the, Spinies.
Oh, Spiny. Okay.
No, that's not it. Spinies are like the red fucking...
Spinies are the red turtle with the spikes on the top of it.
The fuck is the...
Spike or
the fucking...
The cactus?
Yeah.
I don't know what the cactus name
Whatever,
is.
so the cactus is getting...
Those, like, orange circle
spike
cacti?
Cacti boys.
Yeah.
So they're being added in as a enemy you can put in, which I think it's kind of neat. And they're adding in Super Mario 3D World, World only, is the dash pad. And they're adding specifically a Link costume from for the Super Mario Brothers 1 style. And except in this case, it's not just a straight up, sprite swap. It's a slightly updated sprite design, and he actually has characteristics like Link, like a down thrust, and like he just actually can use a sword. So I think that's kind of neat, honestly.
Yeah,
because they're giving that a lot more depth than I expected. I honestly thought, they were just gonna do what they did with Mario Maker 1 and just throw it in as a skin and that's it. But it's nice to see how they're going like the extra little mile and giving us a option for that, or at least a unique character essentially to play as. So, yeah.
They didn't say they're adding in like any new besides the enemies and Link. They didn't say they're adding in any new like blocks or anything, did they?
Oh no, they did. They're adding P blocks.
I thought P blocks weren't already a thing.
It was more. That's more of like the coins.
The switch, like there was the switches.
Yes,
and then
it was the switches, but like that it basically made coins into blocks afterwards. It's like it only did that. This one has like specific blocks.
Oh, I'm thinking of the 2-state block.
Yes,
the on and off.
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
So that's what the P blocks are going to essentially do. I think it's neat. I mean, again, I don't have Mario Maker 2, so I don't really, I think it's neat. I'm not super excited for it, but
I have it, but I haven't played it in a while.
Yeah, I mean, we probably we should eventually.
I'm down to play it again.
I know. It's just that also now you and I have been playing River City Girls.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to that first. But yeah, so that's kind of neat. Aside from that, though, I also wanted to talk about. I guess we'll do should we just talk about Heroes and get it out of the way?
Yeah.
So
let's just get it done with fast.
Okay, so Fate Channel. There's a Fate Channel that dropped today, detailing new updates, like a brand new mode called Mjolnir's Strike. So it's like a raid mode essentially, where you set up roughly like 8 units or so but they're each like partnered up with someone, so you only have still 4 units, at a time. And it's like a defense tower thing, and then you gain enough attack and you win against said enemy, and then you can eventually, when you get to the 3rd phase of battle, you can shoot an arrow to the enemy team and get more points, and then get these new divine...
I'm sorry, where can you shoot the arrow?
Oh, with the Asker Blaster.
Oh, no, I said... Well, yes, the Ass Blaster, but where exactly can you aim that?
At the enemy!
There you go.
So... It looks like it's a neat mode. I mean, most of the rewards are kind of vague as shit. So, like...
I mean, is that seems like that's kind of their thing.
It has been their thing. So, like...
They're like, oh, you can get this. We won't tell you what it does, but you can get it.
You can get it. So...
You can have it. You can hold it in your
hand. And
hand.
you get feathers. Alright, neat.
They're very generous when it comes to feathers.
Yeah, I feel like I never have enough. But
which is odd because they do like every other thing is just here's more feathers.
I know, because I always like the plus 10 units, or well, it's not like the plus 10 units, and just don't make that many 5 stars anymore. But either way, so yeah, that's kind of neat. And then the new banner that's dropping, it's actually a Thracia 776 centered one, which I was not expecting because it's the lowest selling Fire Emblem game out of the series. No one played it that much, and it's one of the more...
Well, they're probably running out of Fates and Awakening
It's
characters.
one of the most difficult games, I think, in the series, from what I hear. But here it has a really good-ass story, and some characters.
Well, I mean, they had to have some kind of trade-off.
I know. But, so they're adding in non-possessed Merida, which...
Yeah.
Not shocked.
I mean...
But it's funny that we got that before... Normal Charlotte, normal Inigo, basic Veronica and Bruno, and yeah. So
before a lot of them.
So a little surprised about that. Find it funny, but also surprised. So yeah, I think that's kind of funny. And then they also announced Book 4, which I was expecting personally.
I mean, same.
So, we go from dark, edgy, dead people themes to now a fairy theme, essentially. Or, essentially a sleep. Like a sleep disease or something.
The Fey world. Okay, so essentially, I'll have to look it up because I don't remember it. But I think we can obviously tell that Heroes is taking a lot of inspiration from Norse mythology. And so Book 1 took place on our plane. I kept wanting to say Mundus, but that's Elder Scrolls. Midgard. Then they went down to Hell in Book 3. They went to the place with... I can't remember its name. But each book they've gone to a different... one of the 7 spheres, of Norse mythology. And the Fey world that they're going to now, I think, is also one of them. So, I wonder what they'll do next.
I think it's neat. But yeah. So
For 9 realms. Why did I say 7 realms?
I knew what you meant. And so the OG character of this book is going to be a girl named Peony. So, because, every chapter needs to have a new female. God forbid it could be a new male, but that's besides the point. He's a flying blue dancer.
Oh, fucking... They went to Muspelheim in the second book.
Yes. So I think it's kind of neat that we can get a free blue dancer fairy.
If I had to take a guess this time, reading the names, if I had to take a guess, right now they're in Alfheim.
Probably. So... Yeah, the theming it threw me off for a bit, but I think it's kind of neat. Yeah, Peony looks very fucking detailed.
Is it Peony?
It's Peony.
Okay.
I looked it up in the I looked up a notifications board. It says it right here.
Yeah,
Peony and more.
So I think the first one, Asker, is either Asgard or Midgard.
Probably Midgard.
I don't know, because it's Asker Asgard.
Oscar.
It might be Asgard and the summoners from Midgard.
Oh, maybe.
And then in the second book, you go to Muspelheim. Then the third one, it's Niflheim.
Oh, we did get a update for weapon refines.
Oh, cool. Who got refined?
Oh, no one I care about, really.
And this new one, I'm guessing, is...
It's Mia.
Alfheimer.
Mia's getting just a upgrade.
Who's... Oh.
And then Clive, Matilda, and Arthur are all getting new weapons.
Oh, well, I like 3 of those.
I do like 3 of those, too, actually.
What's happening with the...
They usually never tell you until that update comes out.
Mm.
But, I will admit, that will make Matilda probably more useful. And definitely Clive. Clive needs that. He's a Tempest Trial unit. But I'm very curious on what's gonna come of that then. But yeah, I think it's neat. We're getting a free dancer this time around. So.
Oh yeah, she's a blue tome flying dancer, which is really fucking unique. How many other blue tome flying dancers do we have?
Legendary Azura, Bride Ninian, those are all the dancers, I think. Oh no, oh wait, yes.
Okay, 3. That's pretty decently unique.
Yes, because she will be free for everyone. To where Ninian and Azura, you get 7 for them. So yes, fair. But yeah, I think it's neat. I think it's really all else I had to really say about it. Like, the art style is now the main artist for that book is going to be the same artist who does Lean's art. That's why I thought it was familiar.
Oh yeah.
So she can draw those.
Is it pronounced Lean? I thought it was pronounced Lan. Or what?
I'm gonna say Lean Cuisine.
Okay.
Because she likes to have it your way.
All right, so this is completely unrelated, and I'm really horrible at pronunciation. Well, it's not completely unrelated, but I hope the next book takes place in, I think it's pronounced Jotunheimer, something like that. J-O with the accent over it, Jotunheimer. Obviously, it'd probably be something like Jotunheimer.
Yeah, it's probably Jotunheim.
Or Jotunheim.
Jotunheim. Oh, wait. Jotunheim.
Jotunheim.
Jotunheim, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, slightly scroll down more, Wikipedia. Jotunheim.
Oh, okay. Because that's the one with the giants. And that'd be fun.
Give us a giant boy, not a giant girl.
A giant whoever the fuck. Actually, yeah, wait, that's right. They've never sided with a dude.
No, I know. That's why. It irks me. Give us a free dude unit.
Yeah, no. Wow.
I know they want titties. Because it was Fjorm.
Fjorm.
Ariana Grande. And now Penis.
I genuinely forget Ariana Grande's name.
That's fine.
Oh, God.
Oh, you know what you know? Air.
Okay.
Ariana Grande. That's the joke.
Oh.
That's a joke.
I pronounced it with an R.
That's a joke, and also because
she looks like her.
Ariana.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting.
And they showed off Thor, who is Loki's.
Well, we've seen her before.
Well, yeah, but they showed the fact that she's gonna be more prevalent in this book.
I would hope so. I mean, they fucking tease her like 7 times. Like, are you gonna do anything?
Oh, also, they showed off some art for this one, and the best way I can describe it is Alphon picks up his sword and shield to fight off succubi to protect Sharena's gay relationship with a fairy.
Which, that's gonna be the new startup screen art, I know that much, and that's gonna be nice.
I mean, I don't see the startup screen art with my phone.
Oh, right, you don't?
No, mine's just like a beige.
Yeah, mine's cool.
Yeah, no, mine doesn't do that. Mine goes, fuck you, you're lucky it works. I'm like, but it doesn't work.
Well, do you have it on low quality mode?
What do you mean? I have it download the normal.
Oh, okay.
But, like, it's just, fuck you, you're lucky we even work. I'm like, but you only work, like, 6% of the time. It's like, fuck you.
Yikes. Yeah. So, that's kind of neat. So, the next topic I wanted to talk about somewhat quickly for me. I know since you don't really have much knowledge about it I
don't have much knowledge about a lot of things. Let's set the record straight.
No, you do. Shut the fuck up. But So Resident Evil 3's remake got leaked early on the PSN store, and so we got the thumbnail for I think at least what the cover's gonna look like, and definitely we also got like another shot of like the deluxe edition for I think Japan, and we also somehow got a screenshot of Jill in the game, at least from her head, which we actually get to see the other side of how she looks.
What would you do if they finally show off Jill and you first see the head render that they showed, but then the rest of it from like neck down, it's like they put Wesker's body on her or something like that?
That's not. But no, so this is what she looks like now.
I really think she could do better if she was like neck up she looked like Jill, but neck down she looked like
Wesker.
Yeah.
So it threw me. So my first thing when I first saw this, I was like, Carlos looks a fuck ton different.
Is Carlos the man with the...
Yes.
Okay.
So
this one, right? The one with the no lips? That's Carlos?
Yes, Carlos.
Okay.
So
who's the guy with the afro? That's Jimmy. Oh, okay.
It's Ned.
Ned?
Ned.
Wait, so that actually is Carlos?
That's... No.
Oh!
Oh, god damn it. Shit, I thought you were joking. So no, this is Nemesis, the main antagonist for the whole entire game.
No, that's
and
Carlos.
the theming, I swear to God, Jay. I thought you were joking. I thought you at least knew that wasn't Carlos.
I assumed that wasn't Carlos.
Yes, it isn't.
And then you called him Ned.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't want to call him Nemesis. I would sound stupid, so I'm like, Ned.
Well, see, I thought you looked at him, because he looks basic bitch enough that you might forget his name. So then I saw...
He looked more basic bitch originally, so like, this is a big difference, but like, at first it threw me off. I'm like, no, it looks better. It looks more like a more Hispanic-looking soldier. And fits
without the lips, I mean, I guess, but
shut the fuck up, Jay.
Just he looked like the type of character whose name you might not fully like. He didn't look like a Jill. He didn't look like Leon or like a character whose name. So I thought, oh, maybe he did actually forget his name when you went. He's
Ned.
And then I was like, wait, okay, I'm gonna buy this game if they named the guy that looks like he came straight out of Crystal Lake, Carlos. That'd be fantastic.
So, but now, like, processing all of this now, it looks really good. Jill looks fucking bomb as fuck. And gets me excited.
Bomb as fuck.
God damn it. I cannot wait if this gets announced at the Game Awards, which it definitely fucking should. It's probably what was the plan. I am super
Carlos
excited to see.
No. Not Ned.
I
Carlos.
know. I get it. There's your joke now. But I'm curious how it's going to look in motion. When the release date is, it better not be March.
Congratulations, it's May.
I'll take May.
Or April, sorry.
I'll take April.
April comes after March.
I'll take both of those months that aren't March. And I can go into that after.
I feel like anyone born in April will be mad that I completely forgot it existed.
Our friend is born in April.
Oh, yeah? Let me look at my phone so I can figure out which one, because I wrote a ton of their...
birthdays.
Yeah, I think I wrote everyone's down.
I think his is the 6th. Anyway, so my biggest like hope for this game is besides
it is
the 6th.
Yeah, and my cousin was born in April.
Damn,
so.
I'm good. I'm glad I remember. So
yeah,
the biggest thing I want to know besides like aside is like, are they gonna keep Jill's voice?
I want to know what their buttholes smell like.
God damn it! Shut the fuck up, Chad.
I need to know, otherwise the game's not worth buying.
But Nemesis in the original game, he mainly just kind of charged at you and just said stars.
I thought he had a rocket launcher.
He does. But like,
wasn't he in the fighting game, the Marvel vs. Capcom?
So, he really had, he
charges at you and goes, "Hey man, it's me, Carlos."
So like, he was limited in what he had to do because it's the PS1. You can only do so much with it. So I'm curious of how he's actually gonna function in this. Is he gonna be like a predator, or if is he gonna be like super advanced to where he can actually stalk you throughout the city, make noises to freak you out, but not
Open
actually
up his own taco shack.
But like, yeah, like open doors though, like, you know, stuff to where he'll actually pursue you
All right,
in a more.
He should do take a note out of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You're about to walk up some stairs, and you go up the stairs, and he freezes time, and he picks you up, and he puts you back at the bottom of the stairs, and then he runs up and hides behind a pillar at the top of the stairs, and he just keeps doing that to you. Sourdo.
So, I'm curious how advanced he's gonna be and how scary he's gonna be, because that's the thing I want to know, because I'm excited for that. Plus, in general,
well, I mean, look what they did with Mr. X.
Exactly, but the thing is, Nemesis is
Dead.
more. Nemesis is more than Mr. X was, even in the original. So
he's more of a dad. Daddy's home.
So I'm really excited to see what they can actually do with him. And the only other thing I really want to see is how Raccoon City is going to look and function. Because it was really fun in 3 to walk around all of the city by yourself, you know, with zombies.
Abuelita's home?
Yes.
You can go to Abuelita's.
So I want to. I'm getting excited again for it because RE2 was such a fantastic game in my opinion.
It was a great remake.
It was so great, and I want to see how they're going to do with this one because supposedly, I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but apparently, which it wouldn't shock me either too much, but they say that this game is not being developed by the same group that did the RE2 remake, which, I mean, okay. I still have high hopes, and regardless, I'm like, it'd be kind of shocking if they did 2 remakes at the same time, essentially, because, you know, it looks like it's almost done, but I just hope, at the end of the day, it is not announced for a March 2020 release date, because I'm not fucking having a month where that comes out, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and what was just previously announced yesterday, Persona 5 Royal is coming to the West finally on March 31st, 2020.
Jeez, that's a lot of Marches.
Exactly. So, and Animal Crossing is coming out on that month too. So, like, that's like 4,
oh, yeah,
for
Animal
me personally,
Crossing.
Big games.
I forgot Animal Crossing was even coming out.
Same. Until someone mentioned it, like, in a comment. Like, oh, that's right. So, like, unfortunately, so, like, I'm excited for Persona 5 Royal coming out finally. But also, it's rearing Atlas's ugly fucking...
March love.
Not March love, but, like, their tactics on, like, what they do with their games. Because, like, now since Persona 5 is a big game and now people play it and, like, Persona, now they're starting to see, like, what Atlas does with their fucking games, and they still get away with it. So, for instance, we'll go to, like, we'll go back to the PS2 era real quick, where Persona 3... So Persona 3 released in the States in like 2007.
Yes.
And then they released another version of Persona 3 FES, which was basically a bunch of bug fixes and also added a separate little like 30-hour additional campaign called The Answer, which is essentially like an epilogue or like the aftermath of like the story of the game, which they charged another full price for. And then they released the PlayStation Portable version of the game, which added the female protagonist that they still have not revisited since that game. And that also gave you the option to control all of your party members at your free will for the full price. And then they, with Persona 4, besides all the fucking spin-offs they had Persona 4 on the PS2, and then they made Persona 4 Golden, which added a few extra things, nothing, and like a new social link and whatnot, and a new battle or two, but very like basically like DLC level add-ons, but charge a full, in the Vita's case, a $40 price point. And recently, this year, they did Catherine released back in like 2014 or something, or 13. And yeah, this year they just released Catherine Full Body. And the difference between the two versions are not that drastically different. They added Catherine, but aside from that, and like I think the multiplayer and the Persona 5 crossover, and I think a few extra levels and cutscenes. That's it. But yet they charge a full $60 for the game. And in Persona 5 Royal's case, again, this adds like at least like 20 hours worth of new story content and whatnot, and adds a new Phantom Thief member, which I don't know how is going to change the story at all, and like 2 new social links that you can have, and like somewhat updated music and updated music tracks, and I think a few new like spots of like dungeons and whatnot. But again, for another $60 that you have to buy a whole new game for, and not have it be, like a DLC kind of thing or expansion, to where and the worst part is like they done other scummy things where like the Persona dancing games. I love those games. Don't get me wrong, but when Persona 3 and 5 came out, you could either, and it came out pretty much later from Japan's release, and most of the DLC from the Japan version is not actually in the game. Like basically they didn't like our version and come with like all that DLC.
It's not like a complete version. It's just
no. And the worst part is like Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which originally released for the PlayStation Vita, in America at least, I believe, the only way you can get it on your PS4 is if you get the Endless Night Collection, which comes with both Persona 3 Dancing and 5 Dancing, and that at least nets you 2 of the DLCs for each game, but like only one DLC track for each game. But even then, like, yes, when you think about it, I think the game was roughly $100 or something like that, and that came with 3 games. They're not like big. They're not big games at all. They're just rhythm games that honestly could have been rolled into one whole actual game, but they decided to instead have you buy that version of the Endless Night.
I'm sorry, none of my slutty cats snuck in here, did they?
No, none of your slutty cats have snuck in here.
Okay, what about the bitch?
No.
Okay.
So you can only get Persona 4 Dancing All Night on PS4 if you buy that version. So you have to pay essentially $100 for the 2 games, and then that 3rd game added in with one DLC added in because fans were bitching beforehand. But yeah, you still had to buy all of the other DLC songs that were part of the game. They're like, oh, you could buy a season pass version. Yeah, but you already spent $100 on the game itself. You really want us to spend another $25 for each? Like, are you kidding me? And like some of these songs can be like $4-7 a pop. And then the even more egregious part is like I had Persona 4 Dancing All Night on the Vita. I played the shit out of it. I bought all the DLC for that game. That shit does not carry over to the PS4 version, even though I'm under the same account.
That's so weird.
So you have to buy all those songs all the DLC songs that aren't in the PS4 version of Dancing All Night to that version.
Yeah, that's actually kind of
so you
shitty.
double dip. But no one complains about it enough or shits on Atlas enough for that, because since Persona 5 is, what everyone loves now, I love it, they're like, oh, we'll buy it, but it's really something that has to be addressed, and they do a really weird, scummy way of doing it, and it's as you can tell, very annoying, and that's the only reason why I'm excited that Persona 5 Royal is coming out. But especially like it's coming out in March with Final Fantasy VII Remake. As much as I love both of those franchises a fuck ton, weighing my options personally,
you'd probably get 7.
I would get 7 Remake over Royal on day one, and I would probably wait for Royal to get a slight price drop because I love the game, but
can't abide by their practices.
I get that. At this point, I can't, especially when I already technically kind of did what they wanted with the dancing game, and I bought the all the dancing, the Endless Night, which came with with dancing, 3, 4, and 5 all in one thing. And I still bought the DLC songs that they didn't have on the game, which they could have added on, but they didn't. So it's annoying, and I'm excited for P5R, but not as much as I would like to be, because since I already know how Atlas is with their games and whatnot, and like Persona 4 Golden, people weren't thrilled about when it originally came out to begin with, because not many people like Marie, but that's a whole other thing.
Oh, so something I guess kind of pertaining to Atlas Xseed, that whole shebang. The remake for the first Oculus Trip has been slated for a winter 2019 release.
Wow. I mean, they have like 3 weeks left.
I mean, yeah, but if it'd be all, I'm just excited to play the first Oculus Trip game. Because it's a remake of the first one.
Oh, I understand.
I'll be honest, it'll probably get me to turn on the PlayStation 4 more. Because, like...
I can imagine. Oh, I still gotta thank you for reminding me. I still gotta download Titanfall 2.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Titanfall 2. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yo, I gotta get that on the PS4 too. Because Titanfall 2, I did an entire public speaking... I had a public speaking class, and we had to do an argumentative, like a persuasive speech.
Yes, I remember you
and
talking to me about
And I did mine on why Titanfall 2 is a fantastic game and why everyone should play it. Titanfall 2 is it's so good. The controls are great. It's got microtransactions. Everything has microtransactions. But the way Titanfall does microtransactions, at least the way I see it, is that none of the cosmetics look any better than cosmetics you earn from playing the game, in my opinion. I don't particularly care for any of them. But even then, you see a cosmetic you like, I buy that cosmetic, and I have that cosmetic. Like, no bullshit, no, roll the box, and we might give you what you want, or we might take a shit on your mother. Crash Team Racing has loot boxes now.
Yeah, well, that was a more fucked up, scummy thing that they did, because, like, it sold very well, and then they're like, oh, let's add loot boxes in. Or microtransactions. That's fucked up. That's actually fucked up.
That took all of the goodwill that they had and just fucking shot it into the dirt.
It was horrible. That was horrible. And I didn't even buy the game, and I thought
neither
that
did
was
I.
fucked
But
up.
I was like,
that's
man,
fucked up.
I'd be asking for my money back.
Yeah, I would yeah, for real. So yeah.
But then again, I guess loot boxes are legally, I think they were classified as not gambling because you do get something or whatever, some kind of bullshit where it was like, oh, they're not actually gambling, but it's like, okay, sure, but like, stop. You're letting kids spend money that they don't have for fucking virtual ones and zeros.
Yeah, like I didn't just do that like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, but you're an adult. You can make your own horrible decisions.
Well, at least you said horrible because I'm like, dude, don't.
Listen, as an adult, you can make your own horrible decisions.
I know. I was like, but don't like try to rectify it because.
Oh no, God no.
Unfortunately.
Well, that's why I deleted Heroes because like.
Oh, believe me, I've been tempted. Every single time, Jay.
Yeah, so
every single time. See
a pretty JPEG and you go, I think I'm willing to sink a tiny fortune into getting this JPEG image. When all you gotta do is
get this JPEG image to plus 10.
All you gotta do is go online, download an image of it, and then you can look at it.
Get 11 versions of it, just to fucking
put
it all in one. God, this makes me really want to delete the game again. Fuck.
One thing I actually really...
I was doing really good. Like, not.
Well, you'll go back to not doing it because you have no more. But one thing I like about Yu-Gi-Oh!
I have no need.
No desire whatsoever.
No.
Because, like, none of the boxes they give out have the cards I want.
And
I already have the cards I want.
And even then, yeah, like, even if they do add new cards, it's not enough for me to go in deep.
Yeah, no, and plus they give you so many goddamn gems that it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, and free your card. That game is much... I mean, also, the different kinds of games. So like, yeah, the gotcha-ness of it
is different.
is different for every game. Like, that's why I never spent for Dragalia. The only games I fucking only unfortunately did it for was or is Fire Emblem.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the stupidest thing I think I've ever done in my entire life.
Hell, I haven't even done it for Dissidia.
Well, I don't know if it's the stupidest thing, but it's an incredibly stupid thing. So
I mean, mine was incredibly stupid, so don't worry.
No, hold on. So I downloaded the game Azure Lane. I wanted to try it.
A lot of people talking about it.
I wanted to try it out. So I downloaded it. I spent like $130 on ships, and then I deleted it because I had just spent $130 on ships.
This is why we're friends, so I don't feel as bad, because I know I have someone that I can relate to.
That was the dumbest fucking... I had the game for about 50 minutes.
I mean, again, really, the only game I spent money on is Heroes. Nothing else. Like...
Okay.
Yeah,
I used to be bad with like Overwatch with loot boxes.
I was never. I did it once for Halloween, and that was it. I
was bad with it. But then again, I would never get the shit if I didn't do it. My luck is horrible.
Your luck was horrible. See, for me, it was either my luck was pretty okay, or like I just wasn't like that much of like a, you know, like a ooh I need it kind of thing. Because, like, yeah, honestly, Overwatch I never did it with. Unfortunately, really only started with Heroes.
Well, like, my thing with Overwatch stopped as soon as I said, I don't need everything for Reinhardt.
Nope. And that was my thing with Mercy. Mercy, I just got lucky, unfortunately.
Yeah, no. It was luck had nothing to do with it.
Which, now that I remember, thank you for reminding me, I gotta fucking go to, when the Christmas event eventually starts up again. Oh, I gotta get that fucking stupid Sugar Plum Fairy to actually max that bitch out. Because I still even did those stupid fucking, when she had that event going on for that legendary skin.
The pink skin?
No. The doctor one.
Oh, the doctor one. Yeah, I didn't do that.
I did. I
know you did. You did it like the first night.
Yep, I did.
I kept going, oh man, I gotta do that.
And then I literally...
Halo the Outer Worlds.
I even did the fucking stupid Twitch thing.
Or Halo
again,
Pokemon.
and I just left it on the side, and I got that shit.
I did that, but it stole it from me. It didn't give me the...
Which, I don't know how. That's so
I think
fucking weird.
It might have put it on my PlayStation 4 or something, but... Or it just didn't give it to me. I have no idea what happened.
That's still weird. But, yeah. So... But, I just... Like, this went off topic, but, like...
Nothing's off topic when you thrive off tangents.
True, but...
I mean, that's usually just how this goes. We go from tangent to tangent to tangent.
Kind of. I mean, this episode I was trying to make it a little more consistent. That's why I went from like one to the other. But
well, I mean, if we have like actual stuff to talk about,
which
that's
I did.
Well, yes, but like
I do still technically, I guess. But
well then talk about that.
I mean,
if you got shit to actually talk about, then
then
you can do it in a structured
I'll be honest,
format.
I do kind of want to still complain a little bit about just
everyone likes complaining, so go ahead. Well, I mean, everyone likes to complain.
Yeah, everyone likes to complain. They don't want to hear complaining. But I love Fire Emblem, but fuck me. I could save. And that's my issue. Like, if I delete Heroes, I'm still gonna be like, oh, what are they updated with? It's shit for me to do. But yeah, I can't. I'm honestly, like, now, even though we just talked about Fire Emblem Heroes for, like, fucking at least, like, 20 minutes collectively, I fucking... Anyway.
I mean, that's why I recently deleted it. I re-downloaded it, but, like, I'm just gonna try out, do the, what's it called? The story missions, try out
And that's unfortunate. I feel like that's gonna be my thing. Like, oh, I'll try the story missions, but then that'll be it. And then...
You might, like, slip back into it?
I don't know about slip back into it, but I might do the story thing. I'm like, alright, I'll get off of it, but then I might not. I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna probably make more excuses to keep playing it, at least.
I mean, that's fair.
So, it's annoying. Very. But... that's besides the point. Okay. Anyway.
So, I saw on Reddit, I think it was, a meme Well, not yeah, no. Oh, a few days ago there was a meme. There was a bunch of memes about Halo Reach coming to PC and the Master Chief Collection, and people reuniting with friends that they haven't played with since like 2012. And then literally today, people are like screenshots of them reuniting with people that they haven't played with since 2012. And I'm like, wow. And then I saw one thing that was talking about Reach coming back, and I was like, God, that hit hard. I didn't, you know.
Yeah, It's weird knowing now that Halo Reach is actually on PC.
Yeah, right?
But I mean, it's awesome. It is awesome.
That game is definitely my favorite Halo. Like, I don't know, I won't fight that it's the best Halo, but it's definitely my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is the best Halo?
From a personal standpoint, I would probably have to say, oh my god, probably 3, only because that's the one I played the most. Probably, I know it's probably not.
3 seems like the definitive Halo in my opinion.
Probably
Because it's like, it's the Master Chief, but it's also like, because 3 was the first one I played.
No, I did play from the first one and on, but I definitely feel like 3. I mean, I play that one the most out of any Halo game. I did not play Reach that much growing up, like at all. So I don't have that connection like you and other people do. I have more of that connection with Halo 3. So,
well, I never actually Halo 3, I didn't own it. That was my friend's.
I didn't own Halo 3, but I did get ODST, so I had the multiplayer. So that's all I
got ODS. No, he had Halo 3 and he also had Halo ODST with the 3 multiplayer. I think Reach was the first Halo game that I got. That was mine, and then I got ODST.
Oh, the Halo games were mine. They're my brother's, but well, actually no, ODST was mine, but still, I mainly did it because I played with my cousin a lot because he played Halo 3 a lot. So yeah. I got Halo 3 multiplayer specifically for that, and it just happened to be ODST with it. So
I remember Reach, me and one of our friends played the fucking shit out of it. We did the Easter egg where you could get what was it? It was you could trade a Banshee for what's the Covenant dropship called? Like a ghost, something like that.
No,
not a ghost.
No, not a ghost. Phantom?
Maybe a Phantom. And you can trade a Falcon for a Pelican. It was in the same level that had the Easter egg where the grunts could have a dance party. That I thought you said you had diarrhea.
No, it was gonorrhea.
Yeah.
What? I have gonorrhea.
We played that mission and we did that Easter egg several times.
Yeah.
I definitely can't wait to play some Reach again.
Oh, I know you can't wait. But yeah. So I just. Yeah.
Oh, can you hear the messaging sound?
Unfortunately, you can, but whatever. That's something.
Okay.
Not that I'm obnoxious. Either way.
Oh, so I think I talked about beating Pokemon.
Yes, we talked about it last episode.
I just well, I was talking with someone at work today about Pokemon, how neither one of us has really gone back and played more of. Like, I played some of the Battle Tower and whatnot, but I haven't had the desire to go and catch all the Pokemon or whatever. And I was like, well, I mean, there's nothing. I don't really have. I have 2 coworkers to play with, and that's about it. And one of my coworkers is trying to build a competitive team, and the other coworker really doesn't care. So he built his team, and that's it. And I'm like, I would like to build a competitive team and play online with people and whatnot, but good God, is making a competitive Pokemon so boring as hell. I wish there was like a faster way to do it. And like, they sped it up a shit ton. and like shiny hunting became a shit ton easier, especially in Let's Go. But like the in Let's Go, I actually did some shiny hunting. Like I have a few shinies in Let's Go. I have a few decent Pokemon in Let's Go because they made it more
enjoyable.
They took the boring parts out. That's what
They made it more enjoyable.
Yeah. It's like with the EXP share where people are like, oh, it makes the game too easy. It just takes out the boring part. Like, to me, fun is not running back and forth in a field so you could grind Pokemon to gain levels or get specific EVs or hatching 100 eggs to get the right IVs. Like, that's not fun to me.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand because I knew a few people who were like that too, and you know I get it. I slightly get it. Probably it's like the thrill of like the hunt and like just the, I guess, repetition of it. Some people like it to where that's what they find fun, but I feel like that's a weird.
I just can't get like, and I'm not even the type who needs constant action. Like I don't mind doing a thing multiple times in order to get like a better thing of it.
Oh, same. I mean,
like I don't mind farming bosses in a game like Borderlands but there's just it's so goddamn like it's tedious. It really is tedious to get a competitive Pokemon team.
Oh no, I could totally understand that. I mean, I've done other tedious things in other JRPGs, so I'm used to it. But unfortunately,
I think that's like my issue with most
you
JRPGs.
don't like exactly. You don't like the
really
tedium.
don't like grinding.
I mean, hell, I get someone impatient. That's why in Final Fantasy VIII, I mainly use most of the now in-game cheats that they let you use because I didn't want to deal with it. I just wanted to get through the story because I wanted to know more of the story than anything. So, there's so many RPGs I fucking am still putting on backlog. And I bought more games, too, recently. Because Castlevania Anniversary Collection was on fucking sale, so I bought that shit for $10.
You know what's weird? To me, it's kind of counterintuitive. Because it's like, the grind to level up in a game means that you're going to be in combat a lot. So, I feel like if that's going to be the main focus of the game, the combat should be super fun and super engaging. And in a game like Pokemon or like Final Fantasy VII or whatever, you select the attack, they do the attack, you watch the animation, you wait for the enemy to do their animation, and then you select and that's just tasking. That's not like grinding in a game like Skyrim or the Outer Worlds. Well, Skyrim's combat system can get kind of dull, but like, I'm having a whole lot of fun just going around killing random shit in the Outer Worlds. Or just... It's so weird to me, because it's like, the grind seems like it should be...
Well, because for games like that, also, you're less restricted than you are in JRPGs. And that's what you don't like, is being restricted when it comes to battling and whatnot. Because you're stuck to a battle screen, essentially, and the battle format,
and it just takes so goddamn long.
And I will say that's like the one thing and that's one reason why, going back to Persona real quick, why Persona 5 in specific is so popular, because it made everything a lot more quick and snappy and entertaining to look at and makes battles kind of fun and whatnot. But
I've seen the fight screen. That looks kind of neato.
Exactly. But with that game also, that game's not that grindy. It really this was that Persona game in specific was one of the least grindiest for me personally, to where honestly I just kept really going to like each story point and I didn't have to stop after I died from a boss multiple times and keep
grinding up
levels like,
because then it just becomes like stat screen versus stat screen.
Exactly. But that's the thing, because like Persona always had like kind of like an issue of like, a boss will be hard just because you're like a level lower than it, but once you're their level or even a level higher, you'll have no problem. Some bosses are obviously don't follow that rule, but it's a common enough theme that they had that it's annoying. But 5 kind of almost rectified that a bit to where I only really had trouble with the second to last boss of the game, and that was about it. And it's a long game, so therefore
Yeah.
there weren't that many bullshit bosses to where I had to keep grinding. So therefore, I would be probably the one JRPG I would still probably be like to you, like play it, you would enjoy it a lot, but again, that's a fucking time commitment, a marriage, and everything.
Yeah, jeez.
So fortunately, so obviously I wouldn't actually, but yeah, I feel like that's your issue specifically, where you don't really like that many JRPGs, especially traditional ones like
God, no.
that.
Well, I would like, because I think world building in JRPGs, in a lot of them, is really cool and really interesting.
Yes.
So if you took like a JRPG, gave it like an open world combat system, kind of like Breath of the Wild, and gave movement options kind of like Titanfall, to where like you can start off out of the town with your sword and your shield, and you can wander around and, oh look, there's a level 2 slime, or oh look, there's a level 7 giant bear, or like there's a level 65 dragon.
I think Dragon's Dogma is kind of more akin to what you would like.
Well, I'd like a game where the difficulty, you can grind up the levels to get the better game, kind of like Breath of the Wild, where you can do the stuff to make the game easier.
Yes.
Or you can just get really good at the mechanics of the game. And
yeah, so honestly, you would like more JRPGs like a to be blunt, like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, because Breath of the Wild was great. There was no like, you could just tackle things whenever you wanted to. You didn't have to.
Yeah, I feel like the issue, especially with like that, I feel like, especially like for you personally, I feel like just the whole level thing in general is something you don't like. You rather just have it straight up, kind of like your own wits and like your own honestly skill as a player, instead of having it dictated by skills in a skill tree and dividing it all up like that and make sure you have like the best weapon. To where Breath of the Wild, I can see why you enjoy probably more as an RPG, because there's no leveling. All you do is get either more hearts or a bigger stamina meter, and most of your attacks and strength and all that really just boil down to what weapon you pick up. And even then, yes, they still they still do the same amount of damage. They just swing a different way.
Yeah, definitely for combat, because like I like it to go as deep as you want it to go. Like you can
have a lot of breathing room.
Yeah, you can do this, or you can go in knowing you'll be underleveled and underarmed and try and just work your way around getting the victory.
But still have an actual chance of doing it without going through the whole thing. I getcha.
That's definitely for combat. For dialogue, I don't care. Use skill trees and whatnot for dialogue.
Okay, for me personally, I think when it comes to the dialogue, see, I don't mind silent protagonists.
Oh,
I know.
Kick that shit to the fucking curb.
Well, I know. Well, I say that because of like Persona, especially.
It's creepy as hell.
Because, well, I mean, like Persona, you at least have like, you do talk with like like in Persona 5, I'll just reference, you save. Let me write something. Especially Persona 5's protagonist does like have a lot more voice clips than.
I mean, you don't even have to have voice clips. Like,
no, I know, but
Skyrim and Outer Worlds, your character doesn't speak, but there's dialogue options.
Oh no, I mean Persona 5 has dialogue options, and Persona really in general. It's just that like in cutscenes they don't really talk. They'll make their grunts and whatnot, and like say one word things, but that's about it. But I don't know. I feel like honestly, I like having like multiple options for dialogue, like a Mass Effect kind of way, or even Skyrim. But I'll be honest,
Mass Effect's a better example for that.
Yes, well, that's the game that really made it really a thing, and we did it well. So I mean, although like I'll be honest, I don't mind just straight up watching a character story, through his perspective or their perspective, and like for instance, I mean this is a bit different, but like kind of, but Nier Automata. I mean,
I love Nier Automata. That's a fantastic game.
We both do, but like, and that's the thing, like
That's actually, I think, the game to describe it. Because I remember I fought a thing that was way too high level for me, and I just started kiting around, shooting and whatnot.
Yeah, you know, that'll probably be the most closest JRPG RPG that's an action RPG that you actually like. Probably, I think.
Oh yeah, I love
almost.
Nier.
I feel like almost every aspect.
Yes.
And you would probably, yeah, that would have. I feel like then, yeah. So, I could definitely see that would be really your ideal JRPG.
Something like Nier. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, I'm more open to whatever because I played more JRPGs than you and types, so. But Nier was definitely a fun experience, through and through. You know, I still love my Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy and whatnot, but I definitely like having a switch up in the JRPG formula, which I've seen like Trials of Cold Steel. I think that's the name of the franchise. That I like on the third game. The reason why I say that is because I hear a lot of people say that's a really good JRPG too. That's like unique enough. It actually just got, I believe,
like DLC.
No. What the fuck is it? I know it got like an announcement that's being now ported to the Switch.
That's cool.
So like, and this one apparently was like really good, and I'm like, interesting. And you know,
Did you just scroll past a thumbnail? I'm sorry, I'll let you finish, but Beyonce. No, I'm kidding.
Beyonce.
You just scrolled past a thumbnail that had like nothing on it except for a monitor and the word racism. I don't know what that was or where it was, but like it passed by and I was like, what? Unless it said something I completely missed. No, right there.
Racism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blizzard is enabling
trolls. Oh, that's a whole other thing. Oh yeah, so The Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel 3. That's the name of the franchise. Yeah, apparently it's a really cool, unique JRPG, and I do like how anime games look most of the time. For instance, I did try Code Vein out a bit.
Oh god, I kind of enjoyed Code Vein. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it. And I straight up, I really do think it's because it's an anime art style,
right?
And unfortunately, that's more of an appealing aspect. Plus, it's a better feeling Soulsborne game to me than like because I only played the original Dark Souls and I stopped there because I fucking hated it.
I feel like had I taken Dark Souls slightly more seriously and not made a green shelf monster,
I mean, you can still make a fucking weird person. I mean, the thing is, I made mine look like a me, and the unfortunate thing is, I look like a fucking boring ass anime protagonist. Like shit.
Wait, in Code Vein?
Yeah, in Code Vein, I made it look like me. I'm like, fuck, I look like a basic anime protagonist.
I'm some kind of waifu.
Our friend basically made a female Dante. He's like, I didn't even plan that. I'm like, bitch, you fucking planned that. Shut the fuck up. You have a weird
He
fetish.
tried Code Vein?
He fucking has it. He has the full game. He's had it for a while. I know. That was my reaction.
Why didn't he tell me? I would have bought the game to play with him.
Well, you can tell him that now if you really want.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, I think that's all I had to talk about for this episode. Unless you have any other thoughts that you might want to spew out to the audience.
Well, I mean, whenever you say any thoughts, I think thoughts.
That's what I think. But either way,
be gone, bot.
Be gone, bot.
That was great.
Okay.
Let's see. Any last minute thoughts that I can think of?
I definitely feel like, as a side, completely unrelated. Not bitching about Persona. Well, yeah, bitching about Persona earlier. I kind of want to do that with you now and just make you play through a Persona game together, like I've been doing with our other friend with 3.
Okay.
I'm very tempted. Well, I might get back to that.
I'll do 3. Or 4 or 5, whichever.
I mean, which one, honestly, out of the 3, or you think you're the most interested in? At least aesthetically, I guess. We can go by that.
Let's see. All I know about 3 is there's a part where you go on the beach and you try to hit on
Oh, yes!
chicks.
You literally came in on that part.
That's the only
I forgot.
part I saw, and I found it funny, and our other friend did not. And
Well-
then I know 4 because of the fighting game,
Yes.
and 5 I know that it's time to go to bed.
Yes.
I know next to nothing about any of them.
Okay. I meant more like, I guess at that point I was like more aesthetics. Well, I feel like character-wise you probably would like 3 cast more.
I was gonna say I know
Because you know Akihiko.
I know Akihiko, I know Junpei, I know you.
Kari.
No, you
Oh,
are
you.
coming.
Nukami.
I know. I don't know Joker's actual name.
Well, it's a similar fucking situation. That's another fucking topic. Yeah, I'm gonna go into that real quick. So, fucking Alice also cannot decide what fucking name they want to give the protagonist when it comes to like spin-off games, because in the manga and so Persona 5 in specific, people asked before the game came out, what's his canonical name? And they said Akira Kurusu. I was okay with that. But then the anime came out and the spin-off dancing game came out,
And it's Dan Phillips.
it's Ren Amamiya.
Wait, what?
Ren, R-E-N, Amamiya.
That's completely nothing like that. That's... Wait, what?
Yeah, they fucking switch it, and so then you have 2 conflicting fucking names.
Oh, non sequitur. The main character of Akiba's Trip Undead and Undressed, his canonical name is Nanashi, which is
Yes.
Japanese for no name.
Yeah. Oh, yes, you told me that.
It's pretty great.
And then Persona 4 had a similar situation, except people at least kind of gravitate / are okay with calling him Narukami more. But in the manga version of Persona 4, they call him Soji Seta. So some people call him that, which is annoying. At least with Persona 5, you can kind of at least, that's why it's easier to just call him Joker.
Yeah, fair
Because
enough.
the code name. But then Persona 3,
Can you name the protagonist?
you can name them whatever you want.
Oh, cool.
But I personally like using their, because for me personally, it's like I'm in a Japanese setting. I don't want to call myself. I don't want them to call. I don't want to call me. Call them Anthony, and it's like this is fucking a little world breaking.
Okay, so then I will call them Persona 3. I will call Admiral Curlfinger. Persona 4, I will call him Specklear. And Persona 5, I will call him Edge and Denial. I like it.
But like, and fucking the Persona 3 protagonist, the manga came out for that first, and they called him Minato Arisato, and then
Is that one a woman?
no,
No?
it's just,
Persona 2's protag looks just like a woman to me.
no, but I can tell. I'll go that one real quick. There's 2 Persona 2 games. The first Persona 2 game, he's the main character, and then the second Persona 2 game, it's very confusing, is a female protagonist.
Okay, so like in between those two.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but yeah, and then in the movie and other spin-offs, they call him Makoto Yuki, which I prefer that.
So this
I prefer that one personally, but
why is Joker so pretty?
updated art style
I
and
was gonna say, like, he looks very pretty compared to the rest of these.
well, I mean, this is like 1990. This is like 1990 like 7. This is like 1998, 9, 2007.
Lilo
2000
Stitch came out between Persona 2 and 3.
2008, 17. Jesus
Persona
Christ.
4 came out in 2008.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's older. I could be wrong. Now I want to. Persona 4 release date. No, not Golden, you fucker.
You know what? I'll let
2008. Yep.
Wow. You know what? I'll let Dio decide it. So we'll play Persona 3.
All right, I'll play it a second time with someone else. I'm more than okay with this.
Right? That's the one where one of them has the persona named like Caesar or whatever, and he's holding Zoworldo.
That's Akihiko.
Yeah.
That's our a friend and our friend. We've been making a joke for Akihiko, and Ken sounds really fucking dumb, weird in the game. So like I made fun of his voice, and he likes snacks now. So it's Snacky. So Snacky-Hiko, do you have any snacks? I need some snacks, Snacky-Hiko. Snacky-Hiko.
Snacky-Hiko.
Snacky-Hiko. All right. Anyway, that was a longer tangent.
Oh,
Oh god damn it! What?
well, like you said it.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Go.
The creator of Has Been Hotel released a pilot for a show called Hell of a Boss. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. Because honestly, I'm like, wow, they're really just trying to get pilots up. Focus on one thing, but
I think their plan is to try and get Has Been picked up by like a network and make it a full blown fucking show, which I hope it does. I like it.
Yeah, but that's gonna be hard.
Well, yeah, but Hell of a Boss, it's basically just nonstop dark comedy, slapstick humor. Like it's actually very funny.
Neat.
It's kind of different from Has Been, where Has Been seems like it's one fluid story. This seems like it's more gonna be more episodic.
Okay.
It's pretty good. You should give it a watch.
I will. Soon-ish. Anyway, that's episode 34. Longer than I thought.
Yeah. And also, as always, they're poisoning the water supply.